Oh no, we're supposed to team up.
No. 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 No.
Yes.
Hey, yeah.
Why is okay? Thank you. I thought my like headset was going crazy.
I didn't hear you before that, though.
I couldn't like. I thought I heard you guys. I heard nothing. So I was playing Havenhold today, and I saw Grandma was in the
Oh,
chat,
yeah, I
like
saw
a
your
name, and I
post.
was like, bro, what? I didn't know Grandma was playing this, and like I was so close to sending them a message and being like, "Hey, Grandma, what are you doing? Like, you wanna hang out?" And then I
Yeah.
saw that like I guess it didn't seem like it was really that Grandma. I was like, thank God I didn't say anything. Felt so stupid.
That would have been funny.
It would not have been funny. I would have felt very dumb.
The idea of it is funny. I'm glad you didn't.
Yeah, me too. So I was giving feedback to the Havenhold like Discord of like bug reports and things. Like you know how we would
Oh yeah.
we would do for like Ashes. Like, hey, this is fucked up. Like this description is wrong. I don't know what you thought it was saying, but yeah, it doesn't say that. And like just giving like how we do and
Yeah.
like just passing on like things that are wrong and like this is our feedback as alpha testers or whatever. Bruh, the butthurt like craziness that ensued once I just started pointing out like, hey, like the description on this potion is wrong. Like it is not quite as intuitive as you think it is. It doesn't do what it says it does. Like XXX. Bruh, they were just like, well, you don't know, like, this is how it's been since alpha, and yeah, players, like, this is the game, and it's been this way, and it's not a bug, it's a feature. This is the mechanic.
Right, yeah, as intended.
I said, babe, okay, that's fine. That it can be intended. I'm telling you that it's bad.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that it's bad. So you can ignore me.
Like,
you can block me right now. Like right now. Ahora. And that's fine. But I'm telling you that it's bad. And it doesn't make sense. And it's not okay. And yeah. That just is what it is. I'm a tester. Just as you are supposedly a tester. So fuck you. Don't care who you are or what horse you rode in on. I'm very confused. Like, why anything you say matters and what I have to say doesn't, because I came in 2 weeks after? No, that's really not how that works. So
they
yeah,
don't think
this
that
is
they're
trash,
like testing
so
anymore.
Good luck, and I need you guys to fix it. And so like the devs chimed in like, yeah, thank you so much for like, you know, sharing your feedback. And I'm like, this is nothing different. Like, you guys cannot be surrounded by a bunch of fucking yes people. This game will be trash. It will be trash.
Yeah, and it's not like opinion stuff. It's like, this is not what it means.
It literally doesn't do what it describes it does. Like, that's not an opinion. Like, oh, well, that's the mechanic. That's, if you interpret it this way, okay, then describe it differently. I don't give a damn what it's meant to describe. Describe what it's meant to be then. That's all I'm asking. Like, that's it.
Yeah, just make it accurate.
Dude,
Like, well, that's not a bug.
Used to be that way.
They're like,
back in
that's
the
that's
day.
not really a bug. I said, if a description does not match the intention, that's a bug. As in, if I were to read something and say, hey, the description is bugged, it doesn't match what it's supposed to do, that's a bug. I don't give a damn what you think a bug really is to you. A bug means the shit does not work.
Yeah, that you
It
see
doesn't matter
as...
what said bug is or how serious it is or not how serious it is. Maybe it's marginal to you and it's just like, oh, it says letter instead of ladder. Okay, that's still a bug. So why are you arguing with me semantics when the real issue is that things are wrong, but you just don't want to call it a bug? So now we're in an argument. Why is that the focus instead of the fact that this shit is wrong? And that's what they're doing over there.
That's weird.
And I said, hey, you guys should come, like, test out Ashes of Creation. And, like, I don't know, just call out some shit. And just see, like, the response that you get. It's okay for shit to be wrong. And, like, it's normal. You're an alpha. I'm a tester. I'm here to test it. And it's not okay. So here's what's wrong. Like, and these are players, by the way, not the devs. The players are like, I think that it's like that whole we know secrets and we have exploits, so it's not an exploit because we can justify it in some like backhanded way where it's described in the the description and this is the way it's supposed to be. Like, no, it still doesn't make sense. You can make it that way if you want, but
Hey, thanks, Spank.
Hey, what's up?
Good to see you around here, man. I hope you start coming back, bro. You fucking hate us. You don't come over anymore.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll be around more.
Good. Good to hear. Alright, y'all have a good night.
See you later.
you gotta work, you gotta make that money.
Yeah, I got work and
Heard that.
I got a plane trip tomorrow to Vegas, Las Vegas tomorrow night
be safe.
for a conference. Yeah, after work I'm taking the trip.
Bro, be safe.
Bason's meeting me there.
Plane
totally
like
joking.
planes make me nervous.
Oh, I fly a lot. I fly a lot in life. I'll be wishing
I'm sure
anything
you'll
on
be
me, Blight.
fine.
Damn, man.
But I'm
I'll be
gonna be
wishing
thinking
you, man.
about you. Like I don't want anything bad to happen.
Appreciate it.
Crazy because V-Man usually flies Spirit.
No, I fly
Scatter.
United all the time. I fly a lot. Like I've been on probably over 200 to 300 planes in my life. Definitely well over 200. Probably closer to 300 or 400. Like it's very like I'm very used to it.
I've been on 3 planes my whole life, and they were all in the military. And that is the way it will stay. I have no interest.
Yeah, don't blame you, man. It was never meant to fly, huh? Or else
Nope.
we'd have wings.
Grounded, baby. Stay grounded.
Alright, boys. Y'all have a good night. Y'all be good, alright? I'll see you on
Bye-bye.
Friday or something.
Better man.
There you guys. Good to have you, Gladys. Field.
Yeah.
I'm ready to play Ashes. Like, just need a reason, a good point to get back in there.
I think people are just gonna either wait till the fresh start or August.
Thank God. because even the fresh start, it's like, okay. No, I probably will. I'll make a character for the fresh start just so I can see what has transpired, changed since then. But like, I can't take it seriously because why? Test what I want to test and what I'm interested in for the game. Give them my bugs and hey, this shit's broken. Art. Have fun as I can, but I don't want to I don't want to burn myself out. Hate the game
Yeah.
before I even get to it. I haven't even the game is not even real yet, you know. And like motherfuckers are burning out, and like, oh, I don't want to play it anymore because like they're gonna work my character, and like, I put in like 4 or 5 months into. Okay, so why did you do that? Let's talk about why you did that. Like, that's a bigger issue. But, again, we knew this was very much like a potential issue that could happen.
Well, that's why a lot of the times when people always tell me like, "Oh, Vlad's not serious," you know, he's still level 18, or you know, people used to say that all the time about me, that I wasn't a serious content creator because I was at max level. But yet, when everyone else was 25, I was still the one still playing the game while everyone else didn't. So it's like, well, who was more serious? You know what I mean? Like, I think people were trying to play the game loop. I was talking to Basin about this earlier. And there is no game loop. You just grind to 25 and then get the best gear, and that's it. Like
That is the game loop. That's why I gave up very, very early, because I realized that it's not a game. As much as I wanted it to be a game, and I did, it's not a game. So the second I started trying to play it as one, I was going to be instantly disappointed. And I was. I tried. For probably about 2 weeks. And it didn't work. So I was like, okay, now I need to go find something else. I need to go do something else. Or just find another little game or a couple games. Just, you know, take my focus off of it. And so that when I came back and I had a reason to come back and test, really test, like I had been testing, not just logging in. It's like you're logging in. Like, logging in to be like, hey, this fish says that it does 20 attack power, and it does not do 20 attack power, Steven. Fix that shit. Like, I need that to be a real thing, because people are buying fish from me that they expect for 20 attack power, and it's not 20 attack power, so that's an issue. Those are the things that I want to log in now for, not just like the baseline. Can I log in? Does the game work? Like, no. I'm hoping that we remember Ashes of Creation will bring in many different types of MMOers or MMO players. So we're not all the same. So we're not all going to interact with Ashes the same. Not all going to seek the same kind of fulfillment as each other will, but if Ashes wants to capture all of that, they need to figure it out. Because where we are right now, I don't want. So Vladis, when you say that like you're still playing and having fun, but like what are you doing right now? Like what is your playing and having fun at level 18? What is it that you're doing? 6
Well,
months later.
I'm not really playing. What I like doing is being in the world, gathering, filling up my storage, um, helping people out, giving mats away. Like, that's what I like to do. You know what
Will
I mean?
you be
Like,
giving mats away at launch when everything is as expensive and like
oh no, I'm only doing this because it's
so
testing. Like,
again, this is what I mean. It's not a real environment. This is my
Right.
problem with like what we're trying to engross ourselves in. It's not a real thing because I'm giving all of my stuff away to Vladis and V-Man. And now they have all of these other things on top of like let's say you have 3,000 duped gold on top of everything else. What are we testing? That's
mean-
where I'm at.
I feel like for me specifically, like I am testing because I just enjoy being in the world, and the things that I do are just me basically being an MMO and just kind of time wasting my time.
So are
You
you
know what I mean?
testing for you, or are you testing as a beta tester for Intrepid, which is like kind of actually the 100% reason that we're supposed to be doing this?
So it's hard for me to test because I don't feel like I'm particularly a good tester when it comes to numerical values. I can test in the ways that I know what feels good to me, like enchanting, tempering, and I can test those systems by doing it and realizing, yeah, this is not good. Like, I don't think enchanting's fun. I don't think it's actually a good system, and especially now on top of tempering, and then what'll be on top of socketing and jewel crafting, I feel like it's just the same system just 3 times over, and it doesn't need to be that way.
So
I think
so
too
now I'm gonna
that
play a little bit of a devil's advocate because I love your videos, right? And we always challenge people that are like, hey, like, why are you playing this game and you're trying to play it as a game instead of like engaging
Give me
it
1
as a
second.
test?
1 second.
I think too. It's I think you could consider generating conversations about the systems that are in place is a form of testing. And if you're familiar with the
I
content
agree,
because you're
100.
participating in it, and then you're having discussions with, like think tank stuff, where you're kind of going over various issues and how things work and how people would like them to work, and this and that. I think that kind of is testing as well.
advocate.
The baby aggro.
Yeah.
Poor baby.
Yeah, she hasn't seen like stupid teething. She's getting her middle heat now. Super shitty.
So all I was saying like, earlier was like some people on Ashes are very kind of black and white. Either you're testing and like you're testing just when you're playing and what you're supposed to be doing is you're supposed to be testing, or other people are just kind of playing the game, just kind of playing it, you know? And whatever, that's fine. It's their $100. They can do whatever they want with it. Not my business. Don't care. But for those of us that are actually testing, it sucks to find yourself caught in like this weird middle ground where like polar envious pirates and all of these other people or guilds or entities are kind of just doing whatever they want to do, and they're having their level of fun and doing like all the things that they want to do, just doing what they want to do, just playing the game, no testing, maybe not even a bug report submitted at all. Who knows? Maybe not. That's a very different experience than like what I'm getting as someone testing, who's really testing and like just testing things. So it becomes difficult for me to stay that involved when I have a whole, I know that there's like a whole maybe 3,000 people that are just playing the game.
Yeah, I mean, and that's usually the kind of thing you get with open alpha tests like this. It's sort of similar to like early access games. Like, I think it's like 5% of the people who do early access games actually leave feedback or any kind of, bug report or testing, and, really anything. They usually just play the game. That's how most people are. And I think Intrepid knows that. I think it's just, at the end of the day, it's a numbers game. That's why, I mentioned earlier that yesterday I was here in Discord and I popped out because I actually went to go talk to one of the developers. And for me, I find that to be like such a privilege. And usually I always try to educate myself by being in Discord and talking to people like you. Like when you were mentioning that, vendors are basically undercutting the actual crafters. Like, I was able to talk to, Corey about that, like, verbally, and, and let him know, like, that doesn't feel good to a player, you know what I mean? And, they said, they're for sure probably going to do some adjustments and everything like that. But, I told them, I was like, I don't think adjustments need to be made as far as like pricing goes. I just don't think they need to be there. Like, I think if you want to add them, potentially, like, let's say you get up to journeyman and now you can have like common excavation kits, at a decent price. But I would go like 2 tiers below. So if you have like a level 3, then you can get like level 1 novice stuff, like from the vendor. But I told him, I was like, I would rather just incentivize people to go to crafters.
But I mean, I also understand for the testing aspect. Like, how do you test what doesn't exist? So you need to give like the players fish to eat, so they can see like, is it worth me buying this fish? Why would I buy this fish? Is it, how good does it make me feel when I eat this fish and I kill this goblin? How much am I willing to pay for that fish? There's a whole, like, series of sub-steps that are involved when it comes to economy and, like,
Yeah.
and crafting these things, and I don't want them to get so caught up in, like, kill, 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 and combat, 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 and PvP, PvP, because I want those things too. I feel like there's just a lot of other things are missing. And it's not just missing in like a, oh, I wish it was there. It's like dramatically there's a hole in the gameplay loop that does not exist. And maybe it's because of, you know, the enchanting system is not exactly where they want it to be, or maybe it's because the dynamic spawns of the resources are not exactly, you know, they got a part of it, but maybe it's not exactly where they want it to be. But it just, it feels like all of a sudden I thought I knew what Steven and Intrepid were aiming for, and now it just feels like a series of band-aids from the outside looking in. Like we're throwing darts now all of a sudden. And I'm new, so I'm not following this for like 3, 4, or 5 years. Bought in like 6 months ago, but all of a sudden it feels like we're throwing darts.
I think that makes sense, because I think a lot of people, or a lot of game developers, they have this roadmap for these bigger system pieces, like we have like these systems that are upcoming for the new launch, and systems that they want to have in place for the reset. And I think in between those big, pretty well set out systems that they have ready to try to implement, I think they're trying out smaller things in between them. And I think some of those are kind of like throwing darts. But I think the more kind of primary systems, or the more pillar systems or foundational systems get introduced, that's when you'll probably feel less like darts are being thrown.
Yeah, I think the vibe I get, and I really can't say anything specific, but all I'll say is the conversation that I've had. There's a lot of the teams that work at Intrepid, they themselves are divided. Like one half of the team thinks it should be this way, the other half of the team thinks it should be the other way. And so usually it gets confirmed by us, like the players, like by our feedback, but by the vibe, right? Like when a certain system comes out and everybody starts talking in a way, it lets the team know, oh, so that was the direction they liked. And sometimes both sides are wrong, you know?
Right,
so,
for sure. For sure.
So it's
I'm hoping that instead of the player base leading them astray from whatever it is that they think that it is supposed to be, the way that it is supposed to be. Okay, so I just need you guys to put those systems in place. So then you can say that that works or it doesn't, but otherwise, all we're doing is kind of, they're going to put something in place. The players are going to say, we don't like that. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the drawing board and we're going to come up with something new every time. Is this the cycle every time? Just because the players don't like it?
I think there's always going to be some people who are like, I don't like this. Like, have you watched any of the community dialogue about Dark and Darker's development? It's basically, even if like some people want this, some people want that, and no matter what decision the devs make, everybody is just like, ugh. and or like half of them are like, "Oh, this sucks. Why did you do this?" But I think there are probably going to be some things that a lot of the community do like, and I'm sure there will be ones that the community don't like. But I don't know if I would say everything that they bring up, people are going to be like, "This sucks and we don't want it."
Yeah, I think it's usually very rare where there isn't a solution that all parties could be. Like when it comes to Blizzard, it to me, signing certain systems they gave is so easy, and they would fuck it up all the time, and I'd be like, this is such a slam dunk system. Like how?
But that's what I mean. So you got Blizzard, multi-billion-dollar company, who has seemingly for the last 6 years consistently failed their player base because player base says they want X. Blizzard gives them Y. So now you have the player base, more or less, changing the game that the developers have created, whether good, bad, or indifferent. That's not the point. It's not the same game. So who's right? Do I follow and just want the game that Intrepid and Steven are saying, hey, here's our game. This is the game. We want you to like this. Buy it. Pay for it. Or is it just a bunch of testers making the game that they want to make, and then it becomes whatever it becomes?
No, because at the end of the day, there are going to be certain systems that the developers are going to make that will never change, that the player base won't like. A part of the player base won't like. Right now, people aren't happy with PvP, but that's not something the developers are going to be like, oh, sorry, let's make it, a PvE thing. Like, there are things that the devs aren't going to back off on or change to appease the player base. Now, there's things within reason, like when we talk about like an enchanting system. Well, we can talk about risk versus reward when it comes to enchanting, but PvP or PvE isn't really part of the discussion when it comes to enchanting. Now, there are bigger systems that involve PvP and PvE that become a little bit more muddy, because then changing this part of the system makes it kind of 60-40 into PvP and PvE when they're trying to make it as 50-50 as possible, which they never will do. But that's the effort. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it to where it feels very even. But to me, the way I've always seen it is, and I've said this in my 1v1s, I've said this to the devs, is we are going to get to a point where a system design is going to be made permanent, and the players are just going to have to suck it up. Because that's just, it's not going to change. And you could always continue to leave your feedback. And I think the thing about it with Blizzard is, to me, it always felt like ego. The reason why these systems came up the way they did is because they thought that these systems were good.
Well, this is... I sort of just got back. The last couple of minutes I've listened. Blizzard... They were, like... They became the thing... Oh, sorry, go ahead, Vlad. Yeah.
No, just...
No,
I'm
you
listening.
go ahead.
Like, Blizzard never seemed to me like they were trying to make a game for the community that plays it. They were making a game for themselves, the developers.
If they wanted to make a game for the community, they would have made Dota when it was actually Dota. Like, back in the day, before Dota became its own Dota. Like, they could have bought and created Dota for the community.
Yeah.
And created it for the community that wanted it, and they actively chose not to, and almost tried to sue the motherfuckers that made it.
Yeah.
Okay, but you
100%.
didn't make it, and the
Right.
community wanted that. So why didn't you just make it? Like,
Because they don't have to.
it was literally there. The fans made it for you. I was
Because
there
it wasn't
playing
their
it.
idea.
I was
This
there
is my-
playing it, and it was so crazy to watch in real time, like back in the 90s. Like, what are you doing? What are you really doing?
Blizzard became so big that, like, no game, like, it's gonna take a miracle for a game to be as big as WoW was when it reached its peak, right? Like, but the thing, what that created was people invested so much time into those characters. Not that they haven't done that before, right? But it's just the longevity of it and, like, the staying power of how many people played just made them so much money. And to Vladis's point, like the ego thing, right? They don't have to. Like, they put things in the game, yeah, they appease, they put more cosmetics. They try to appease a few people and they just keep going. You know, yeah, they lost a lot of players over the last few years, you know, and then they came back with Season of Discovery, and they did that, in my mind, in Season of Discovery and before that Classic, right? In my mind, they did that because they were losing money. Not losing money, but you know what I mean. They weren't making as much money, because greed takes everything, you know? And so they decided to do those things. And, I want Steven and them to make their game. And
I just want them to make their game, and either
But
I
the
buy
thing-
it and I subscribe to it, or I don't. And I
But there
don't
are
want it
things
to
in the
become
game.
Polar's game or
No.
whoever else. It doesn't matter who it is.
he shuts
I
down
want it to
Envious. Like, the
be
people that...
Steven's game. That's it.
Yeah.
And I want to buy it or not, and that be the end of it, and I not have to think about, oh, did I make the wrong decision? Did I not test hard enough? Did we not as a community support it enough? Did we not believe in them enough? No. Make the game. That is what it is. We buy it. We like it. Great. Or not. And we move on.
Yeah, I want him to keep all the systems that he wants in, as long as they make sense. Like, I don't want somebody making a game and then just be like, oh, this is my game. It's fucking a piece of shit. Like, like the whole, like, for instance, the whole static spawn of nodes, like, that needed to be changed. Like, something like that needs to be changed.
When
That's
we,
why
as the
testing...
community, heard the developer or the maybe he's not a developer that was saying it, but when that person
was a
that was
developer.
speaking to that specific instance was saying that, you saw the entire community
Oh, yeah.
be like, what the fuck is he talking about, bro? Nobody wants this. Like, what what are you talking about? Because now you sound like the outsider, like a narc. Like,
Probably because he came up with it.
like
That's
now all of a
probably
sudden,
what
like,
happened.
we can't trust you. Are you playing the same game that we're trying to play? Because all of a sudden, I'm not quite so sure. It's sounding a little fishy.
It's just that Steven, like, for all the things that he doesn't do right with marketing and getting stuff out there, and,
He's the one I do trust.
like,
It's
yeah,
the rest of them I
he
don't. Like, that's
Yeah,
what's crazy. It's the rest.
he has shut down Envious and like their ideas, and because they're like, a lot of them are in PI, right? Like, they have a lot of guys.
Hello there.
And
Well, I mean, I don't even know, like, the back end of what even that means and why Envious would be involved in anything Steven or developer. I'm not that deep into it. But I mean,
I know you're
is-
only streaming to like 2 people right now, but beware what you're talking about if you haven't let everybody else know that you're streaming. Don't
I
get
didn't
me
know
shit
what?
talking other guilds on stream.
Oh, no, not actually talking much about
but yeah, I didn't know
any-
that you were
any
streaming that.
guilds. I'm
Oh, I-
actually
I-
streaming Havenhold.
Yeah, but
wow.
what we're talking about,
But
it still needs
completely
to be known.
irrelevant.
It's not to me, so you got to let me know if you're streaming, or not let
Just-
me let people know,
Yeah, let anybody know. I mean, it's
because
gonna be
you
a
can't
stream.
stream, just so like we know what we're talking about, you know. So that's all, you know.
Or
I guess I'm live. I could go in the streaming channel. I've been streaming for like the last 3 hours. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just randomly clicked on your stream because I haven't seen Haven Hold, and I just watched it for a minute, and I realized that Discord was coming.
So
through.
I should announce I'm streaming every 3 hours, every minute.
No,
that
what
I'm
you should do is you
streaming.
should split your audio so Discord isn't getting.
You're
picked
not
up
coming
because
through
I
my
think
audio.
it's-
Did you ask Red before
Are you
you
kidding me?
made that
I've been watching the
comment?
stream, listening to the entire
But did
conversation.
you ask? But I'm not streaming this Discord to my Twitch stream.
Then how am I hearing Basin on Twitch? Tell me what I'm not fucking
No,
hearing.
there's no.
What do you mean
Hold on, 1
fucking
second.
no? What do you mean
1
fucking
second.
no?
Are you
Maybe-
not
okay,
hearing
was-
them
was-
through Discord?
Was I in channel
Are you
when
not
Basin
hearing them
said
through Discord?
that Steven is handling
Was I in
stuff
channel
and back in and
not
shutting
hearing
things
them
down?
through Discord?
No, I heard that on your
handling
stream.
stuff.
And back in.
Not everything's an argument or to get mad about. Like it's just a thing that we know of in here. I came in late. I was in the conversation late. You are correct in saying that you
I've
shouldn't
literally
have to
been
tell me.
streaming like
No,
for
I understand
hours.
that.
Like, so why bother mentioning it? Like, how am I supposed
Because
to
I
stop
just
and
came across your
mention that
stream.
I'm streaming when I have been streaming
say if
this
I'm in the
entire time by
if I'm in the
myself
chat.
in my own channel? Like that people joined.
Hold on.
it
Am
doesn't
I having
even
a
make
fucking stroke?
sense.
This is the last Epoch channel that I made at fucking 8 o'clock this morning.
Oh, I think you did. We move? Oh, I thought you were in another channel, Redbeard.
Okay, listen.
Oh yeah, it does say last.
All I'm saying, all we're trying to say is like, if you were in the streaming channel, right? And it's on me. Not that you have to be in that channel, but it's on me if I come into the channel, if I've been there, and then I start saying something that maybe I should be saying outside of the guild. That's my fault, right? Like that's on me. Not that this
But
is your
what
fault.
did I say? That
It's not
shouldn't
you, but
be
what if I
said?
say something, or Vladis says something,
Listen,
or Tank says
first of
something,
all,
or Red says something?
I came in and said, "Hey, just a heads up. Like Discord is being streamed. Let people know. That way, they know that they could potentially be clipped, recorded, any of that shit that is not under your control." So there are 2 options. A, be in the technically 3 options. A, be in the streaming channel. It's exactly what Basin's point is. People know going in there. B, split your audio so Discord isn't being picked up on stream. C, don't fucking stream. C, there are options. C, there are options. You telling me that I can't hear what I'm hearing? There are options. Is why I'm fucking telling me that I can't hear what I'm hearing. I didn't come in here fucking sideways on you. That I can't hear what I'm hearing. I didn't come in here fucking sideways on you. That I can't hear what
You did, but I'm pausing this so I can actually hear what's being. You did, shared. But I'm pausing this so I can actually hear what's being. You did, shared. But I'm pausing this so I can actually hear what's being. You did, shared. But I'm pausing this so I can actually hear what's being.
I promise you, you will know if I am going sideways on you. I promise you, you will know.
Why
if I
would
am
Redbeard
me
lie?
coming in and you will know. Letting
Why would
people know that
Redbeard
you're
lie?
streaming, that their voice is being picked up.
Why
Letting
would
people know that
Redbeard
on the
lie?
stream that their voice is being. Then you saying no, it's not on the stream. That their voice is. I mean, come on, dude. You saying no, it's not on the stream. I mean, come on. Just making shit up to fucking.
Yeah, I'm hearing. I just opened your stream. I'm hearing Red. And myself. But granted, I mean, you are only like there's only a couple people. I understand, but one person could pop in. All of a sudden, I say envious, or somebody says something. Not that I give a shit what envious thinks. It's the optics. That's all. Like it could be taken out of context. Part of the conversation wasn't heard. That's all.
Yeah, and I think the principle is not what guild is being talked about.
We had
Just
to
so
do the
that,
same thing with Pocket. Like we had to tell Pocket.
yeah, I remember them having this conversation with Pockets too. But yeah, just like being like, not needing to tell everybody you're streaming all the time, but like if people start talking about specific guilds, like you could maybe remind them like, oh hey guys, I'm streaming, so like I don't know who's watching my stream, but you know, don't say anything you might regret if somebody heard it that you didn't want them to hear. Then
Heard.
you're not like in trouble.
The only reason I got angry is because like Red sent me a message and told me, okay, and then he probably came in here because I didn't respond, probably because he knows I don't see messages all the time. Came in here to say that, and like he has no reason to lie. Sent me the message first.
I had my stream open and I didn't hear myself. So, my apologies, Red. I'll make sure I find people that I'm